Yes, the boys are back in town. Knock 'em out the box, episode 182.
182 in Sap and Billy's weird fingers.
My name is Vinny Paz. I'm here with my co-host with the co-most, the Mr. Majestic Left, Right, Left Kid, Mr. Brandon Long. What's the word, pana?
I'm trying to figure out if I need to fucking mask up while I do this pod with you two.
Yeah, that
Mm.
was my unenthusiastic finger guns because I don't
Billy and
feel
I are
well.
still, Billy,
Billy might finger bang me with his sick guns.
oh God. Billy wasn't here because he was sick last week. I was sick, trudged through it.
He's
Guess
still
what?
sick.
We're both still sick. We don't know what we have. It could be the HIV acting up. Could be a
You guys,
touch,
you guys over there farting AIDS?
a touch of the HIV. I think. So.
Christ.
Look, either one of us wants to go to the doctor.
This is a children's show, guys.
How
Relax.
long? How many days is this, Paulie? Of
I don't
being
know.
sick?
I'm on like 9.
9 times.
I'm at 9 times. I'm up to like day 12.
12 of being ill.
Yeah, I'm illmatic, son. You're
Yeah.
listening to Knock 'em Out the Box. Billy's not going to be talking much this episode because he's down for the count, but there's a massive fight card with lots of money to be made. So he's going to at least have to listen
Need to find out.
to us and find that out before next episode, 183.
You
But
be illin'.
that's neither here nor there. We're going to get into some news. Jake Paul will face Anthony Joshua in a heavyweight clash on December 19th in Miami, Florida. MVP and Matchroom co-promotion. I said when we heard rumblings to Brandon,
God.
if this
Co-promotion.
is real, and then trickled from there. Brandon said off air to me tonight, this is a real fight.
It's a real fight confirmed.
So,
So I thought because Davis Paul was an exhibition.
mhm.
Because of the weight disparity, I found out that essentially why it got moved to Florida because no one would even hold it. So now this is going to be a real fight with 10-ounce gloves, 8 3-minute rounds, I believe, right?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
Let me look up the deets.
So I'm
8
going to
3
say this.
Okay.
So they're telling the public this is a real sanctioned fight.
It's a real sanctioned fight.
I'm telling you this, that it's worked behind the scenes. And if this is not worked, right, it will be the first time in the, when did those brothers start? I'm doing air quotes for those not watching.
Okay,
Boxing.
listen to me.
Okay.
Sanctioned professional fight. This is confirmed by Ring Magazine. Sanctioned professional fight. 8 3-minute rounds. 10-ounce gloves. Here's the stipulation. AJ cannot weigh over 245 pounds. The last time he weighed below 245 pounds was against Usyk 2. Okay? I mean, it's only a 7-pound differential from where he's weighed previously, and he's 6'6", 250. So it's to lose 7 pounds. Anthony Joshua's quote is, Jake or anyone can get this work. No mercy. I'm about to break the internet over Jake Paul's face.
Okay, so this guy, since 2020, his first fight was January of 2020, right before the pandemic hit. Okay.
For the vid?
2020, a guy named Ali Eason Gibb. I guess that's like a YouTube guy or like something
I think,
like that.
yeah.
Okay. He's had 14 pro fights in that time.
Right.
Or 13. He's 12, 1-0. Tommy Fury, who is
Beat him.
Tyson's half brother, beat him. I
Who
believe
stinks.
he's like a reality show guy and part-time boxer, but he absolutely stinks.
Stinks.
And so look, we're not going down this road again on what we think of Paul. Brendan says it wraps it up very nicely with a bow. He's a good white collar boxer, meaning if a rich guy wants to get in shape and does it via boxing and has the money to do so and pay real guys, you go, oh, that guy's pretty good for a guy that sells insurance and does really well for himself. So what I want to say is, of those 12 or 13 fights, right, and of how many that we said blank took a dive, we don't want to get too deep into that because it's libel or something, and you're not allowed to say that, or allegedly.
You can't say that. Yeah.
Right. Allegedly. So we won't. But there are ones that Brendan and I have raised an eyebrow. How about that?
You more so than me.
Yes, correct.
Me, it's more careful planning and real scumbag bully shit, taking guys that are likely desperate for paydays who can't box, by the way. And if you've ever been to the gym and sparred the MMA guys, and if the MMA guys are listening, I don't mean that boxers can beat you up. Okay.
I
What
do.
what I
Okay.
what I mean is if you enter the boxing world as an MMA guy, you're likely going to get the shit kicked out of you by a boxer with
It's proven that those guys that they call strikers in that sport, that means you
are
have hands,
it's a
you get
different fucking
destroyed in
right.
boxing.
And similarly, when a boxer goes to MMA, they get taken to the ground, they get their head beaten in. It's what it is. We're not trying to debate who beats who in a fucking fight.
But I want
Okay?
to get at my main point before we move on from this news. And that is, for the first time, the work is going to be exposed if Jake Paul lives.
Correct.
If he doesn't die in one round, we have
I'll say this.
evidence that to back up my claim that it's always been a work. That's the end of my statement.
And
I'm
are
going to
we
let Brendan respond to my statement.
well, what I'll say is, and again, this is echoing the sentiment of my buddy Paulie and other people who are close to AJ. AJ don't fuck around. So I personally think because AJ is a matchroom lifer, a DAZN lifer.
Lifer.
I believe he signed a lifetime contract. Okay. This is a way to get his name out there and for Eddie to get in and Anthony Joshua. I mean, I have a feeling that if he wants, somehow, some way, Anthony Joshua will be part of Matchroom upon retirement, much the way Bernard Hopkins and Shane Mosley were part of Golden Boy. Meaning those two fights, 3 fights together, if you count.
You can't think of a better ambassador for your brand than Anthony
Than
Joshua.
Anthony Joshua.
Good looking heavyweight,
Right.
multiple
time heavyweight champ.
Yes, articulate, likable.
What we saw Anthony Joshua do to Francis Ngannou, who was an MMA guy, dabbling in boxing. By the way, that guy's a shit-kicking motherfucker in MMA. You know what I mean? Strong. His backstory is incredible.
Oh, I hear he's a gun in that sport.
He was,
he could destroy it.
And Anthony Joshua went, cool. I mean, look, the guy knocked Fury down, gave Fury hell.
There's boxing people that are like, I think he beat Fury.
Right.
I'm not one of them, but there are people that like I respect them that are like, he should have got a draw.
I don't think so. I mean, I think the people said that. I don't believe that. What I'm getting at is, I don't think Anthony Joshua, and if this isn't a work, then I got to give Jake Paul props. But what I think is happening with Jake Paul is they didn't do shit in tickets for Gervonta Davis. Nothing. This was Anthony Joshua is saving this card. Eddie Hearn, I repeat, is saving this card because Eddie Hearn is smart. Anthony Joshua is smart. Anthony Joshua, downside of his career, bad loss to Dubois, right? What a better way to get your name back into the lexicon like it did the last time than flatlining someone, okay? And I think Jake Paul is, at this point, willing to go, where do I go with this boxing stuff? I think Jake Paul had to look at himself in the mirror with this Gervonta Davis thing and go, what the fuck are we doing here? And I think this not only saves the card, it saves the reputation of A, boxing, B, MVP, C, Jake Paul. Anthony Joshua, he doesn't need his reputation saved. He's fought almost everyone, in terms of his peers. Gave guys rematches, came back, accepted rematches. Yes, did he have a meltdown in the ring? Sure. Fought a dangerous Dubois. He tried to fight the best. I don't know why they couldn't make Fury, but that's a whole nother thing. But
it's a whole other thing that you're basically setting up with what you're saying here. Go from the Jake Paul destruction into Fury 2026, which Al-Sheikh is already saying.
Right. I mean, what better way to promote that than this? And
call him out live on Netflix with 60 million people watching and have Fury there And
Right.
then Netflix has however many hundreds of millions of people to
Right.
use that on their social media.
And we've already seen that, that the Saudis are starting to realize that not every card can be in Riyadh. You know what I mean? Like they're taking their show on the road. So it would probably be at Wembley, two English guys fighting. Um, if that I think that this is Jake Paul's last fight as an actual boxer, unless it's against actual boxers. I think Anthony Joshua effectively retires the thing that is Jake Paul, whatever this thing is. We've said it. A novice fighting half dead MMA guys and basketball players. Who wants to see that anymore?
Hey,
It's been
look,
done. All right. So the YouTube guy challenged himself against Tyrone Woodley, who was washed up, against Ben Askren, who couldn't box worth a shit, against Nate Robinson.
I'm not being funny. He's literally 5'9", right? Because I only know because when he was balling, I was
He's
like,
5'9".
Basically, it's like him, Spud Webb, and Muggsy Bogues are like the illest dudes ever that were that small. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's be real. They called AI 6 foot, bro. I stood next to him.
Me too.
5'10", 11. Tops.
In fact, the last time I was down by you guys, I went to, not on purpose, but right outside of because we stayed in University City.
Yeah.
So I went, as you guys know on the show, I ran track growing up in high school. And my first real introduction to hanging out in Philly was wiling out at Penn Relays. So I walked down to the stadium and I got great pictures. And that's actually where I met. It's somewhere, the picture I have. It was Allen Iverson's sophomore season in the NBA, his second year. So what was it?
97.
97. Yeah.
Came in the league in 96.
96. Yeah. So 96, 97 was his rookie season. 97. This was 1998. And he was standing outside of Penn because Penn Relays is lit. Like, I don't know if you guys who listen, when Penn Relays is going off, which is like in the spring, it's wild. So we were down there for 4 days. And I went, I had a fucking ball. But anyway, what I'm saying is I think that this has bigger meaning for those who are now involved. Realistically, let's talk about it. Eddie and Matchroom had nothing to do with this prior to Gervonta Davis getting arrested, right? Or whatever allegations made against them, right? And then subsequently fired from this card, okay?
Yep. They packed him up.
They were without an opponent, right?
Correct.
So now Eddie's come in and saved this boxing card because this is a real boxing card. It's a real undercard. I think that one hand washes the other, right? You wash
one
my
hand
back,
wash the other, but wash the face, big.
Right. So will now MVP Eddie's got a stable of women boxers, right? Jake Paul has a stable of female boxers. Will they start working together, MVP and Eddie Hearn?
I mean, you're really laying out for our listeners some heavy stuff and trickle down effect of why this is being done.
And by the way, this is all my theory, by the way.
No, but what I'm saying is you're putting it together and making it to people that think it's batshit like me, less batshit. But
I agree with you,
caveat, though.
Here's the deal. Hang on. I fucking agree with you. If Anthony Joshua doesn't either beat the shit out of Jake Paul in 4 rounds, and I mean beat him where they're like,
I know it's not tactful to talk about I'm going to say. I'm not being funny when I'm talking about death or paralysis and I'm not wishing that on anyone. There's fighters I dislike Devin Haney. I don't want nothing bad to happen to that kid in the ring or outside of the ring. I have to have real, you know what I mean? I can count on one hand now the people that I wish bad on, you know what I'm saying? In my life. That number used to probably be 50.
as we get older, I think
as we get older, you let things go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just want to ask you a question real quick.
You can ask me a question.
A 2017 Vlad Klitschko what does he do to Jake Paul?
Shadow Realm
He
shit.
dies, right? I'm not being funny when I say he would die in the ring, right? Pro fighters, guys, a couple die a year.
Yeah.
You know, or it happens like the G-Man, Gerald McClellan. Okay.
Correct.
That was a high level championship fighter fighting Conor Benn's dad, Nigel Benn, and he became essentially a vegetable. Okay, guys? That's two championship level guys fighting. This is a below amateur guy fighting a two-time heavyweight world championship who looked like he was a statue cut from stone.
If this
who's still on the tail end of his prime. He's on the down slope, but
if I would pick, look, if they're really fighting, and we're under the presumption that they're really fighting, right? I just read what Ring Magazine published. So we're under the presumption that they're really fighting.
Yeah.
That this is a real fight with 10-ounce gloves.
Yes.
A real sanctioned fight for 8 rounds. If Anthony Joshua was 60 years old and maintained his shape, I would pick him over fucking Jake Paul.
I can already tell. I can already go with my thing that we're not allowed to say on this show. A 60-year-old Mike beats Jake Paul.
Except the 60-year-old Mike is not it doesn't have this, has a lot more tread, has a lot less tread. Yeah, this 60-year-old Mike.
I'm going on what I think. The words we're not supposed to speak on the show because it's libel.
Right. All right. Well,
does a 2019 Andy Ruiz, a 2019, 5-6 years ago, what does that guy do to Jake Paul?
K-words him. So you're not, if you give me any top 25,
because I don't think you're taking me serious in what I say. If he doesn't die, it's a work.
So if he knocks him out flat cold, that's not good enough. If he Francis Ngannou's him, were you worried when Francis Ngannou went down? Did you watch that fight live?
Yeah, I did.
I was at main event in Farmingdale, right? Yeah. Let me tell you something. The whole place got quiet. Like this. If that doesn't happen, you're saying Paul's going to take a dive first time he gets hit.
No, well, you don't want me to say it. No,
you can say it. They haven't fought yet.
No, I think it's a work.
Okay.
I think all of his fights are work.
You can say it.
You know,
I'm not going to say it.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Yeah. And this is 13 fights will be the first time people can say, people like me, I mean, people can say, I told you the whole time, assholes, if he's not dead in the first round.
Let's see how it plays out. Okay.
Meaning,
okay. Look. They haven't said the size of the ring. It's in a 60-foot ring,
60-foot ring.
They gave this dude one of those electric scooters to ride around.
What's it called? Not a subway. Segway.
Yeah, Segway. Right. Yeah, they gave
right on the little thing.
Yeah,
Segway.
So they gave Anthony Joshua cement shoes and Jake Paul a Segway.
We were at ECW Arena,
and his brother can run in.
Brendan, at an indie show, and a dude worked the match on a Segway, and he was hitting the ropes.
You know what's funny? How much were Segways when they came out? Crazy loot. For like $400 now, you get yourself like an electric scooter you can charge.
Yeah, it was like 100. Yeah.
So today,
these kids are dying, literally.
So today, I'm at St. Mark's Avenue and Flatbush Avenue. Right. Actually, I was by the Barclays Center today. So I'm going to cross the street. Okay, going across Flatbush Avenue to walk back to the subway by the Barclays Center, Atlantic Avenue. I almost got clipped by a fucking electric bike today. I almost fucking ate it. Like, I'm talking within inch. You can't hear them. They make no noise. And they go so fast. This world is passing me by, Vin.
Hey, you're old.
You know what? I did feel old. And you know what I said? fucking electric bikes. When the thing
Oh
went
yeah, you
past him.
cursed. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
like the old man yelling at the
I
cloud.
shook my fist at
You
him.
shook your fist like Grandpa Simpson. You're close to.
Ah!
You were if you weren't such a degenerate in your past, you would have called the cops. But you know that it's
I
bad
don't call the
juju.
cops. Come on. You know me
So
to call the cops? I don't call
no,
the
that's what I because
in
you're a
in in
criminal.
in fairness, there is a bike lane, and I'm supposed
Mhm.
to like not like I don't cross on green and in
I'm
between.
just letting it be known that if you're on a bike or scooter, anything of the sort, I'm the guy that will run you over. So don't like the hipsters on their bike that look like the first person to get killed in a 70s horror movie, because that's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
Philly in New York hipsters look like. I'm packing you up if I'm in the wheel and you're in the bike in front of me.
They got
Pack
the
you
short
up.
shorts on.
Pack you up. Billy wants in
I
here.
have an e-bike.
Oh God.
And
E-bike.
you look like you make your own beef jerky.
I zip around the neighborhood with my helmet on
Oh
for
my God.
safety.
Have you ever done it under the influence of some IPAs?
I'm not going to speak to those
Mm-hmm.
matters.
Mm-hmm. Can you get a DUI, Brendan, for driving
Yes.
an e-bike?
You
Yeah.
can get for a regular bike, you can get one. My
A
homeboy got
regular a
oh
pedal
yeah, my
bike.
pedal bike, my homeboy got one. Like shit hammered. Like
A
they
legit DUI, driving
yeah.
under the
Mhm.
influence,
Yeah,
affected the same way.
because you're supposed to like abide by the
Same
rules of the
rules of the
road. Yeah.
road. Yeah, it
And
makes sense.
he like fucking hammered, like blew a fucking red light, and they fucking pulled him over.
Yeah, I
They
guess your behavior could result in the same type of
yeah,
horrible shit that someone driving drunk could do in a
yeah,
car.
yeah. Like it's more you're a danger to yourself, you
Right.
know.
Or say you blow red like him, make someone swerve and they go head
Right.
onto a family or something. It's as horrible
Precisely.
as being drunk
And you
in a car.
Gervonta Davis a fucking bust out.
Gervonta Davis theme.
The
That's
rules of the road abide by me when I'm riding
E-bike
too.
Billy. E-bike. E-bike Baba
I don't
Billy.
need I don't need another nickname.
some kid around here got whacked at the end of my block on an e-bike. They have
Two
like
little girls, 11,
two
11 and
GoFundMe's for
12,
him.
riding one, both dead.
Ah,
Yeah, man.
I don't
Rough.
like that.
Rough.
Okay,
Joseph
that's sad.
Parker reportedly tested positive for cocaine in a Nevada drugs test taken on the day of his defeat to Fabio Wardley.
Oh.
Two sources close to Team Parker have conveyed their dismay to the ring at the findings, for which he has an opportunity to have his B sample tested. Brandon and I are such fucking low lives that we go straight to the joke of this guy did it on the day. We didn't care that he was doing
No,
drugs. We were like, this guy's such a maniac that he's
I
really
like him.
he's doing rippers like at the hotel during the day.
They're
I really
like
quite like this story too. I think he was I didn't dislike, but he was indifferent to Parker because Billy likes like a handful of boxers, and then he immediately became part of his top five
well,
when he
guess
heard
what?
that
He's
Because
in my stable
he
now.
rides the rails.
he's in your stable, Billy.
Yeah, he's in my
Okay, because
stable now.
Bam is number
Officially.
one, and Bam's fighting this weekend. Did you
He's
know
a,
that?
Yes, I did.
he's a rail rider, Vin. That's why he likes him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like,
Mhm.
yeah, you,
The bindle sticks, the rails, it's all connected. It's
You
all
got to
what I'm
pass the
saying.
time when you're
Right.
riding the rails, baby.
So you're saying rather than watch tape of Fabio Wardley, Billy, he passed the time at
You want to
the
wonder
hotel
why?
during the day with a cocktail
Yeah,
from the wet
like
bar,
punching the wall.
and then did some rails and then punched the wall.
So
Yep.
it's funny.
Yes.
So a couple losses, right, at the heavyweight division. Dubois losing to Usyk. We find out after he's having a house party like 20 minutes before his fucking
Yes.
fight, and
Yes.
now, we got Joseph Parker having a nose party on the day of his fight. Now, you think there was ladies of the night involved too?
Women of the night. I do.
Yeah,
I think there were women of the night involved with this
involved
thing.
with this thing, and he was
Now,
women that were there for a good time, not a long time.
correct.
Some good
I
time
do.
ladies.
I do in fact think that. Parker cut a little promo and about his dismay. Like, bro, there is no like popping hot for this kind of stuff.
Dude, and cocaine gets out of your system in like a weekend.
That's what I'm saying.
Like you did it that day, bro.
Every drug person has this like Rolodex of, yo, weed lasts this long in your system, alcohol lasts this long in your system, pills, because when they do autopsies,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, well, we don't know that this person was on this unless they just did it and it's what caused it. If you die of a coke overdose, yeah, it's in your blood.
Right.
But I think that's one of the drugs that's not in there. You know what I mean? It's one of
Not
this.
in there long.
So
You're up, you're down, and it's out.
look, Paul Malignaggi on the topic. He has a podcast with Algeria and Jimmy Smith. It's connected to boxing scene. I don't know the actual name, but go check it. It's pretty funny, his promo on this. It's definitely on the boxing scene IG. He's like,
Okay.
my bro, you couldn't wait a day. It's pretty funny because Paulie being Paulie
Yeah.
is him at his best, in my opinion. When he gets real Brooklyn and forgets that he's on air.
I think it's fucking wild. Like, this is wild. This is
Yeah.
like Pernell Whitaker wild.
Yes,
Like, if you
it's Chavez wild.
it's a seasonal sport. You fight a couple times a year.
Yeah.
You
Tops
couldn't
as a heavyweight. As a
Right.
heavyweight, even more.
Right. You couldn't like
He's in rarefied air, let's put it that way. Of Roberto Duran, Sweet Pea.
Yeah.
Who did you name? Oh, I said Chavez.
Yeah. I mean, there's
A later second half career, Oscar De La Hoya with
allegedly.
Well, I think
the fishnets.
Yeah, he's getting into wacky territory. This Parker. Look, I don't think you do. If you're him, I don't think you do anything but deny it.
Just shut up about it and go to New Zealand. Count your money. They're not taking his money, right?
I honestly don't know. I don't know what will happen. I don't know how they view it. I don't know what the punishment will be. If we're going on what you go on, do you take it case by case basis because you are, he popped hot for PEDs, pack him up. Do you think if someone pops for weed, coke, heroin, ecstasy, Molly, Flocka, do you treat them the same way? I'm being serious here.
He took the coke to cover the other drugs.
Right. But is your problem with a boxer taking drugs or a boxer taking drugs that can help them in the ring and hurt
help them and hurt the other guy? It's I don't know.
Anything like I never got why the no decision for Mike against Galata because he popped out for smoking blunts. Like, bro, trust me when I tell you it's not helping you.
Whatever that athletic commission's rules were, probably they had to abide by, or sanctioning body. Anyway, Joseph Parker, Party Parker. Joseph Party Parker. That's what we call him, Party Joe. Joe Blow.
I mean, that was a bad loss too. On top of it,
Joe. We call him Joe Blow Parker.
Joe Blow.
Joe Blow.
Eddie Hearn's Matchroom have confirmed their first 4 fight nights of 2026. We spoke.
How much is it going to cost you?
Right. We spoke of a couple of these being on either the fringe of being made or not having a date and place, at TBA. And some of them, so I'll go through them real quick. Andy Cruz, Raymond Morataya. We knew that.
Love
IBF lightweight title, January 24th in Vegas. I love that fight.
Love it.
Bakram Mortalazayev versus Josh Kelly. Finally, Mortalazayev's back to defend that title. He won. He beat up Tim Tszyu. IBF Super Welter title, January 31st in Newcastle. So, guys, we're getting off the new year. Good. Lee Wood versus Josh Warrington 2. We don't need to see that fight, but they'll probably beat the shit out of each other. February 21st in Nottingham. Like B and I said, guys, what are the stakes? There are none in that, so we can only hope that they just beat the shit out of each other and then the winner will probably get
a regional.
Go away payday fight, but they'll probably get clobbered. If it's a world-class guy. If they do what B says and they stay regional against another name, or they beat the shit out of each other and just do it 3 times. All those I'm okay with. I'm not okay with the winner of that fight fighting a real guy, because then you'll end up brain damaged. Emmanuel Navarrete versus Sugar Nunez, WBO and IBF Super Feather title, February 28th in Glendale, Arizona. That place will be batshit, mad Latinos there. It'll be wild.
It's gonna be crazy.
That is a possible fight of the year contender before the bell even starts. I want to do. I never forget what it's called, B. I always say throwback. What's it called when you go back to something early in the show?
Callback.
A callback. Will Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua get to the ring with it being called real? Does that fight go off on December 19th? Does that fight ever make it?
It's gonna, yeah.
Okay. I don't know that it does. Liam Paro and Patty Donovan have reached an agreement.
Oh, real quick, let me just jump off that. If it doesn't, it means that there was some other shit that they tried to add in, and Anthony Joshua was like, "Nah, I'm out."
And if it does, the stuff that you're talking about did get ironed out, and I get proved double right when that guy isn't taken out in the stretcher. Liam Paro,
he's going down.
Down to Chinatown, baby.
Down. I bet you would, Panama Red.
Yep. Liam Paro and Patty Donovan have reached an agreement for the IBF welterweight title final eliminator clash to land on January 16th. Nikita Tszyu, Michael Zarafa pay-per-view undercard in Brisbane. Winner will be a mandatory challenger to Lewis Crocker. Yo, man, I knew Tim Tszyu was like that there. Nikita Tszyu being a pay-per-view guy in Australia says how big of a deal those guys are over there.
Oh, yeah.
What Nikita Tszyu still has under 10 fights, doesn't he? Or 11 or 12, something around there. Is he trying to make a go of things?
He is.
Nikita Tszyu? You and I have talked about how they do the thing that they used to do with Golovkin. Oh, Max is actually better than Gennady, but he chose not to. They try to do that with Nikita, too. I don't know if you know that.
I know. I do.
I'd love for Coach Marcos to tell us about that. I won't read it on air if you don't want us to, but the WB interim title fight between Callum Smith and mandatory challenger David Morrell will head to purse bids because the parties could not reach an agreement in time. I'll bet you someone's like, I'm not bidding. Not someone. I'll bet you that everyone's like, this isn't worth what they think it is. So that's what's happening now. And it's going to go to that. And these are going to be low paydays. I'm telling you right now. I don't mean low to the average American guys or average Australian, average European. I mean, comparatively speaking, I'll bet you it's paltry. And these guys are thinking, oh, a payday of $1 million. Because Callum Smith wants the bag.
Yes.
And no one's putting it up for this fight. Is he the A side? I don't know.
I don't. If it's over there, yeah.
If it's over there, yeah, he's gonna probably get like $250,000 as the A side. Morrell's gonna get like 125,000, and that's before everything. That's my guess, guys. I don't know yet. I'll tell you when we get the purchase. Am I crazy there, B? With those numbers I'm coming up?
No, but I mean, it's if no one wants to bid on the thing, you know.
If no one wants to bid, the numbers I just threw out there are going to drop, and the whole thing they're going to have to do something for $300,000 for the whole thing, and then figure out the.
They just don't have money in the budget, mate.
The WBO has announced that Alexander Usyk has vacated his WBO heavyweight world championship. Fabio Wardley has been elevated to WBO heavyweight world champion following Usyk's vacating of the title. Email championship. Parker is triple regretting the booger sugar right now because he would have a 1/4 of a piece of the belt and an argument for Usyk to face him, and he couldn't control himself, apparently. And we're not saying allegedly because he factually popped hot. Their argument is that it's a bad test, so we can say that and not get slander. You want to take a second test to prove
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
It is a hell of a drug. He Rick James'd him.
Baby.
Saturday, DAZN pay-per-view, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Can you want to talk about this?
Do you want me to? Because I'm legit hot. It's not even like a promo. So I told you guys.
I think you have to.
$465 for
$1
that year thing
billion
and the pay-per-views. I go in and it's locked out. I'm locked out of the pay-per-view.
The Pazzi
King goes, you didn't pay for it, did you? I said, yep. So right now, it's still locked out of the upcoming pay-per-views, meaning the fights we're going to get into next episode, the next Riyadh season card, this huge card that we're going to get into on Thursday's episode. As we are recording, locked out of them.
Locked out. It's fucked up, man.
I want to bring something up. Billy wasn't here. Billy and I were both sick. Because of the lack of communication, he was saved money because we're about to cover 2 fights that you and I either picked 2 and we guaranteed 1 would be upset specials. And we were wrong both times.
Wrong big time. We were idiots, Bill.
Thank God.
Did
you bet?
I did not on these.
Fucking dude, Ben, this kid has a show segment. His
Well,
picture's on the
maybe I'm the
shirt.
smart one for not betting on these bad picks of yours. How about
Well, I
that?
get. I
That's
listen.
not the point.
I
You're
said I
You
love
want me
the
to lose all
over
my
to
money?
something, and I'm about to
yeah.
find out that Billy did take it. Is that true or untrue?
Um, it's true.
On
Dude,
Eubank Ben,
Yes.
I said take that over, Billy. This was I don't know what I said on air, Brendo. Your prediction. I said I know I
I don't
said
even
take the
remember what
over.
my
I
prediction
said
was.
I said the over, and I like Conor Benn. I said he's just better. So I'm just gonna pick the better guy most of the time, like I
Mm.
did with Bud. I said he's too good. So when does size not matter? It always matters unless I think you're hey yo, unless you're far better. And I don't
That's what
think
she said.
so when we get to that, Billy will jump back in real quick when we get to that. Adam Azim, 23 years old, 13 and 0, 10 KOs versus Kurt Scobie, 18 and 1, 16 KOs. He can crack, it's real. WBO Intercontinental 140 title. I'll just keep saying it, guys, to remind you. When you go, what's up with all these fucking belts, guys? Why are they out there? Forget that you see them. It just means a good ranking.
Yeah.
And in Adam Azim's case, and an Intercontinental thing, the Ring Magazine, Brendan, I don't know if you knew this. I didn't. They had him going in before Kurt Scobie, ranked number 10.
Yeah.
That's
He's
a
top 10.
real top 10 guy at 140.
He's fucking good, by the way.
Really good. Great jab. Really fast hands. Look, the Sergey Lipinets win was good. I know you don't think that for Azim, and recently my guy, the Wolf. I think you think he's more faded than I do. Look, trust me, he's not in his prime, Lipinets.
Lipinets is fucking faded, bro.
But I still think he gives guys a test.
Certainly.
And he stood there with the Wolf, and Bjarslanov, and I'm
Yeah.
shocked he went 10 with him. Is that an indication that Bjarslanov isn't as good as I think, or it was just he is tough? You know what
He's
I mean?
tough.
Look, but again, to agree with you, I have been waiting for Azim in there against a younger, prime, tough guy, and I knew Scobie would be it. They kept calling him Scooby, which was lit to me, like Scooby.
Everyone's calling him Scooby Doo.
Yeah, Scobie. Azim won the first round B with the jab alone.
Bro.
Tight guard from Scobie, so I was interested in how Azim was going to open that up, because that I'm here to just block punches is very frustrating.
Yeah.
We've seen people deal with it, like when Haney looked like shit against what's his name that nicked it against Catterall, and we were like Barbosa.
Barbosa.
That wasn't a guy there to fight. So I'm like, if this guy's not here to fight and cover up, what's he gonna do? Keep jabbing, keep jabbing. Slowly but surely started putting the jab downstairs and putting the right hand behind it. Scobie seemed to be gun shy because of the hand speed. He'd fire a left hook, but Azim had his timing. He would just dip it because it was timing though, because Scobie's hands are kind of fast. So he's good at his defense. He was responsible enough to see that Scobie's shoulder and that he was going to fire that left hook, The left hooks to the body were taking the life out of Scobie. I was hoping Azim would go for the kill and get Scooby-Doo out of there. Look, he seemed okay with pitching a shutout. Then in the 11th, he let his hands go. In the 11th, he let his hands go, hurt Scobie. In the 12th, let them go again and packed him up. Scobie went down, beat the count. The ref said, I saw enough. I had him winning every minute of every round.
Yeah.
Look, repeating what I said to start, the ring has him at 10 at 140. Before this, let's see him in there against a ranked guy next. No?
Yeah. He's ready. If you got him top 10,
if he's in the top 10, now you got to bump him up at least to 9 after destroying a dude late. Look, me and you talk about guys who carry power, carry everything through 6, and then just it's gone. Scobie clearly is tough as nails. I'm not going to say he lost every second of every round, but when you get guys out of there or hurt them late, that means your power carries late. He's huge for 140. He looks like when he's standing there in the corner, before you look at someone comparatively, he looks like he could be a 154, which he might be because he's a tall kid,
I would like to see him against anybody in that division. Gary Antoine Russell, Richardson Hitchens,
Adam Azim now beats Richardson Hitchens right now.
I'd like to see
14
that
fights.
fight. I don't know I'd pick against them, but I want to see that fight.
If that fight happens this Saturday and we have to do prediction time for our show, that's in a
Yeah.
made up world, that's who I'm picking.
Now, are they trying to make like a Lindolfo Delgado fight?
Yeah,
Is that why they have them both on this card?
look,
Because
both on the same night. Both on the
yeah,
same night. Yeah. Um, look, when Eddie got in
both
the
on the same
ring,
night. Excuse me. No, that doesn't make sense. I'm sorry.
but,
Yeah,
but yo, they're like Top Rank with we've talked about its existence and its
loaning guys
relation
out.
to
Yeah,
Doobie and loaning guys out. It's happening again this week.
right. But I
What we're gonna
think
get into
now,
next
yeah,
episode. I think it's the time to put all of these
that's my
guys
fault.
at
Sorry, guys.
40, Brendo, in together. All of them. They're all young. Is anyone like an old veteran at 140 now? I mean, Shakur's going up. Teo
Teo,
is young. And what?
and
He's still
and
under 30,
yeah,
isn't
and
he?
that's who you were thinking. Fought Barbosa. You're thinking of Barbosa.
Ramirez.
Yeah.
Ramirez shit the bet against
Devin Haney.
Teo
Yeah,
or Devin
Devin
Haney.
Haney. Yeah,
And
Barbosa
what's
shit the
his
bet
name? Shit the bet
against
against.
Teo.
Right.
Yeah. All
Sorry, I'm
right.
mixing up my shit the bed Mexicans on the zone on that card.
There's always like what's his name? Zaur Abdulayev. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? Like
Yeah, but that's like a guy you go, okay, you can't make a big fight next. All right, Zawa Abdulayev. He's good
and
and
you
he
know
loses to top guys.
you know who we'll get? We'll get Jermaine Ortiz versus Adam Azim.
I saw someone call for it.
Really?
Call for it. Like, yo, because he's good.
Right.
He's not fun
Okay.
to watch,
No.
Jermaine Ortiz. That's a tricky one simply because you and I, it's been a couple
Sander
episodes that we've been
Martin.
saying, yeah, but he's a nightmare. All risk, no reward.
Yeah, but I think this Azim is 6 foot,
Goes through him.
goes through him.
But you and I, we've been talking about it more lately on our show. What are the stakes? I'm
Yep.
with that fight, but it's better be for a belt, a trinket, vacant, or what's Teo has everything at 40, doesn't he? Or like 3 belts in the ring. Isn't there like a floater? Like, doesn't Gary Antoine Russell have a trinket?
Yeah, he's got a
I think
belt.
Teo has 3 sanctioning body belts and definitely is the man at 40 as far as the ring. He's lineal at 140, and him and Shakur is great, and he'll lose to Shakur if they make it. Then that throws everything into an upheaval.
Supposedly they're gonna make it, so
I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
While you're looking that up, Jack Catterall, 31-2, 13 KOs versus Echo Esserman, 22-1, 8 KOs.
I couldn't have been more wrong about this one.
Look, I said it before we got into this. This was for the WBO Global Welterweight title. Again, guys, what does that do? Not much. There's a trinket around your waist that isn't a world title, but it gets you a good ranking. Brendan and I thought between Adam Azim and Jack Catterall that one of them were going to be an upset special. And we called it. And we said, maybe both. I put money on one of them. We were wrong both times. And we weren't just wrong. Both of them, well, Adam Azim looked great. Jack Catterall looked great. Esserman's so tough. He gave him some nice rounds in the middle, but we'll go on to talk about it because I really like Echo Esserman as a person. And I think he gives you a tough scrap, bit. You know what I mean? Like, I think he can.
So real quick, no, the belts are fractured. Teo's the ring champ at 40. Okay.
Correct.
He's got the BO. Hitchens has a belt. Matias has a belt.
Forgot it. And who has the other one? So there's 4 sanctioning belts.
Gary Antoine Russell's got Ryo's belt.
So there's 4 belts.
Yeah. He's got the BA.
So Gary with Antoine... a lineal guy like Bud would be. Guys, what we mean by that is you are the man, but still don't have all the belts in theory. When you're the ring guy, you're the guy.
Right. So
you disagree with that statement, Brendan?
No, I do agree. Gary Antoine Russell has the BA. All right.
By that, I mean he beat Josh Taylor, who was the man.
Matias has the BC.
Correct.
Okay.
Holy shit, I forgot these guys had these belts.
Yeah.
I thought that belt that Matias has was...
Hitchens has the IBF.
When he fought in Queens, New York, that was for a belt against that dude who's really good. But we both picked Super Matias. But we picked that guy. He's real tricky. The
Yeah.
Matias beating Queens. Begins with the A. Anyway, look, first thing that jumps out at me, it had to be the same thing with you, was how much busier Jack Catterall was.
Oh yeah.
The knock on him is that he's very good, but he wins by lulling you to sleep. We
Right.
talked about the promo he did that was brilliant. That said, "I'm not boring. I da da da." He's like the funniest guy in the world, tongue in
Right.
cheek, makes fun of himself. Bozy Ennis has him moving his hands, especially firing that straight left right down the pipe. B jabs, left hands, feints, just a busier fighter. This is some guy that you go. A lot of times you go switching trainers, especially later in your career. It doesn't mean anything. You can't teach an old dog new trick. You know what I mean? Like it's so rare that if you ask me to point, I go like, there's less than a handful of guys, and one of them is with Freddie Roach and Pacquiao, where you completely see a different guy. A perfect right hook, straight left counter dropped Esserman in the fourth and busted his shit. Esserman is so tough, though, he refused to go away. Catterall had a bad cut. He had some moments in the 6th and 7th, this Esserman. I just felt like Jack Catterall wasn't going to be denied on this night, B, for whatever reason. I think there's a lot to him living in Philly. I do. I really mean that. I know that stuff seems like little added, I'll add this to seem like it means something. Bro, when you're from over there and you come here, bro, to live,
Right.
Bozy Ennis and Boots up north,
you gotta like you living in their. Does he live in their house with them?
I think he does, but I can't say factually.
Like him and Boots sleep on bunk beds together.
Yeah, they're like Arnold Willis.
Okay. I was thinking more along the lines of Step Brothers.
I like that too. I'll take that too. Add the fact of like that accent in the hood with a black family. We got a sitcom.
A fucking sitcom.
We have like the new Osbournes. Let's pitch it. Let's get this Adam in, Sam. Adam, talk to this Eddie, and then
want to do a
talk
reality
to this
show
Zone.
produced
Brendo,
by us,
me, and you, Adam. 3 of us and Billy are the producers.
Or we could just recreate that. We could adopt
It's
Adam.
called Puss in Boots.
We could just adopt Adam.
That's the same show. It goes to 2 different places.
And we'll just ship him up and down the Amtrak. From Philly to New York.
Yeah. You get him on weekends.
Why do I get him? I want full custody. Oh, we got to go to court.
That's right. We go to court. Who deals with his kids?
Did you see him, by the way? Big Adam?
I saw him
at the fights with our shirt on.
I saw him at the bouts, brother. Bro, look, man. Man them was on a mad thing, bro. Allow it.
So now you're a South London Jamaican guy?
Look, I'm on road, brother. Adam is not from my ends, bro. I'm on road, brother. Look, I saw him. I saw man them with a knock him out the box shirt, bro.
Rude boy.
Real bad.
Then did you see him with a suit on after that? Dude looks like fucking James Bond over here.
He does. This fucking guy should be James Bond. Who's the
I
fucking
think he is
Daniel
James
Craig?
Bond.
Pack him up, Adam and Sam. Adam, we want this show. It's called Puss in Boots. It's Jack Catterall, Bozy and Boots. And then you being adopted by me and Long, and we're fighting over who gets majority custody.
It's a
hit.
And Billy's the judge.
Look, a barrage of punches in the 11th knocked Esserman out of the ring. A little bit weird there, Brendo. What happened? Catterall and the Ennis team were very concerned. So all class, they didn't celebrate. But I think Echo was kind of like, yo, I did get knocked out, but you got to let me try to get back in. There was some... No. I'm not saying it was controversial. I'm saying
you know, like someone's got to pull you aside and be like, listen, bro.
My guy, you got packed up.
You're laying on the scores table.
Echo Esserman is like a hard name, bro. It's like a really good boxer name.
You're in the front row and you're not a spectator.
You're sitting on you're sitting on Darren's lap at this point.
Right.
Darren Barker's lap. That's who it is, isn't it? Isn't that?
It is.
Yeah.
He's got a great voice, that guy.
He does. They're a great team. And when I say that, my mother gets all frustrated. I can't understand their accents. I said, look.
Mama Paz?
Paz.
She's not an Anglophile?
She's not. She is not. She
She's
wants
like, she said, speak American.
yes. She wants Paulie and Chris all day long.
Italians.
Okay, yo, yeah. She wants the Paisans calling every fight on every network,
Gotcha.
asking me why can't they do this card? Why can't they do that card? I say, listen,
Politics, man.
politics, man. Hey, shout out Bozy Ennis.
Yeah.
I'm not one to say, he helped this guy a lot. You know what I mean? I kind of believe that you are who you are when you're a guy like Catterall, certainly at that age. He's 30 or in his 30s now. He might be 32. Certainly not a spring chicken that you're learning new stuff from. And they got him doing, they certainly, absolutely, factually had him more active.
Sure.
I don't know how much of the rest of it you want to give it, but moving his hands, that straight left up the pike.
It looked good.
Will he get a little bit more power punches landed and hurt some guys? Because he's never, 14 KOs in, 30 some fights. Will we see it go up a little more? If he stays active, I think we will. He's got serviceable power.
Agreed.
He's more powerful than his KOs say, less powerful than a puncher. We're never going to call him that on this show. But I have said, if this guy moves his hands more, he can hurt some guys, or at least keep you on, that's a really good win, B. I think a WBO global welterweight will get you like, excuse me, pardon me. Eddie said a number 1 ranking. So who do we have at 47? Do you have the stuff? I have it if you don't.
Go ahead.
At 47, bro, it's a wasteland other than this weekend's card.
Right.
So we have Brian Norman fighting Devin Haney this weekend. They said, we'll fight that guy. Stanionis, I think he beat Stanionis. Or it's a good fight. It's probably boring.
Good fight.
Giovanni Santillan is hanging around. Polanco, Shakram Gaizov, Alexis Rocha, Coriel, Barrios has a belt. Catterall would beat him.
I think
Jack
a lot of
Catterall
people would
would put it on Mario Barrios, no?
Yes. I think so.
I mean, I'm sure
Poor Mario Barrios. Everyone cuts a fucking
kills
promo on
him.
this guy.
Paulie murders him, but he's not wrong. But he's not wrong.
Well, it's not his fault.
Look, if you want to be in the sweepstakes for a bag,
protect Mario Barrios at all costs.
Yeah, he's got a Misfits. Doesn't he have a tattoo, or did he wear that shirt? No, he's got a tattoo and he wears skates. You definitely want to be in the Manny Pacquiao sweepstakes if you fight at 47. I'm not saying I want to see it. I'm just saying, in theory, you're making more money fighting Pacquiao, who's 10 years past his prime, than you are fighting anybody else we just named. I don't care what belts they have. Now, but Jack Catterall actually is a fighter that wants to say, I was a champion.
For real.
Gotcha. So he wants a guy that has a belt. Brian Norman has what? 2 belts? Because no one is the ring champion. As far as being lineal, there is no lineal welterweight champion right now. Will Saturday's fight be for it? I don't think so. I don't know who has the other belts that Boots vacated, or are they considered vacant, or did someone get emailed a belt, Brendan?
I'm looking.
That's what you can do as I explain what's going to happen next, and that is.
Oh, Rolly Romero has the BA.
And every time you tell me that, I tell you you're wrong, and you say, "Look it up, idiot." And I go, "That can't be right." So
Brian Norman has the BO.
Was that fight against Ryan Garcia for a belt, or did he eventually get emailed this belt?
I'm going to look it up now. Anyway, moving on.
I'm sorry, the aforementioned Mario Barrios has the belt. The BA, doesn't he? Or the BC. He has the BC. That was the Pacquiao fight. So there's the 2, and Norman has 2.
Norman has 1.
So where's the IBF?
I'm looking now.
Was fucking Devin Haney emailed a belt?
He doesn't have a belt. Oh, it's Crocker. Lewis Crocker. He just won it. It's really.
Oh, and we thought Patty Donovan
won, right. So Lewis Crocker has that belt.
Really fragmented, and we're not really close to getting it cleaned up, I don't think.
No.
Do you think 47 is close to being cleaned up? No, regardless of what happens on Saturday?
No. No,
I
I
don't
think
either.
that they're going to keep that
Listen, they're
belt,
going
the
to keep it
IBF
the fragment.
in England.
So you
Jack
think it's going to stay?
Catterall. Jack
I think the winner of
Catterall.
that Liam Paro, what's it called, fight, Patty Donovan, is going to be for that. Then they'll run it back for the belt if
Oh
Patty
Jesus!
Donovan wins. We'll run it
Then
back.
Patty Donovan will get another fight with
Exactly.
Lewis Crocker.
That's what I mean.
But
They'll
Lewis
make
Crocker
that.
won't get someone in between. So he's not going to get Jack Catterall. Jack Catterall could win. Then Jack Catterall fights Liam Paro, Patty Donovan.
They should be doing that. Should be their plan
Boom,
because
boom, boom, boom,
you
boom,
have to
boom,
start
boom.
going. We have to make a real guy here at 47 in 18 months from now. I mean,
All right,
what
let's keep this thing moving. We
Chris
got
Eubank Jr., Conor Benn, Brandon and I
I picked
painstakingly explained that we cannot get hype for fights with no stakes, guys.
Were you hyped for this?
So unless it's Ward Gotti, or unless it's Mickey Ward, Emmanuel Burton, because those were fights that
Yeah, and good, showbox cards if they're
good
good.
prize fight.
Yeah, good prize fights, right?
I'm going. No matter what happens here, it's a
I mean,
welter fighting a
right.
super middle. It's
Yeah.
huge where it's at regionally. To prove it, look at the
We
numbers.
weren't that hyped about the first one.
No, we didn't care. So we said making us care will be beating the shit out of each other. There was some fun, really good fun rounds in the first one that made me say on air, all right, it was like worth me watching. It still doesn't matter to me though.
Right.
Like this, we go, can and will Conor Benn drop down to a real weight and fight real guys there?
Like Lewis Crocker?
There you go. Start lining up names at
Yeah.
47. If not, I still don't care.
And I don't think he could beat anybody at 54.
Can he beat anyone we just rattled off at 47? Go to make it interesting.
Maybe.
Let's make it interesting. All those names, none of them should matter but the champions. If this guy is a star in the UK and has had a couple fights here, and I think
Hitchens vacated the IBF, by the way.
Jesus. That's at 40 or 47?
40.
All right, guys. Forget Brendan.
All right,
Conor Benn,
can beat Devin Haney.
Can Conor Benn not on gas beat Mario Barrios?
Probably.
I think they beat the shit out of each other in a fight that Ben ekes out in a fun ass fight.
Yeah, I mean so Conor Benn wins a wide UD against Chris Eubank. Eubank's weight drain twice now, I think, killed him. He's older than 35, right?
I think he's 36.
Yeah, he's fought as high as light heavyweight, hasn't he?
He fought above 68. I don't know if he actually fought at 75, but he's fought at, like, say, maybe a 70 or something. Look, he got flatlined by a guy that can't punch. So you have to question if what's his name? The gray-haired Smith, the one that went gray early. He can really box.
Oh, right. Yeah, Liam
Liam Smith, Chunky.
Beefy, whatever. Yeah.
Chunky, we're calling him.
Chunky.
So he flatlined him, and he cannot punch on any conceivable level.
No. So he came back from that. He won. He fights Conor Benn twice, melts down. I mean, it was like, and it documented. He looked awful.
Awful.
So again, I think he bit off more than he could chew. He had nothing to offer during this fight.
So nothing. He looked cooked in there.
They both didn't look great, though.
No, not at all. That's why you keep reminding everyone, blah, 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 is why we weren't excited. Blank is why we weren't excited. Start with the zero stakes. Then you go to, well, once they separate and Eubank goes back to 68, is he an absolute gun there? No.
Right. No.
Is Conor Benn an absolute gun back down to 47? There's a big question.
Is Conor Benn really going to go back down to 47?
They keep saying he did. They didn't even mention 54. And I'll tell you this. All we know is we said on this show, Conor Benn is an absolute gun. Then he pops hot. We've seen him 4 times since. I can't even count the fights against Benn because they're gimmick fights. Against Eubank. We saw him twice in Florida.
Right.
He looked pedestrian. He looked like a jag. Another guy. He didn't look like he stunk.
He looked like what he looked like before the
PEDs.
Yeah.
We saw him beat Chris Algieri, who
Look great.
Brendan knows in real life. Chris Algieri is a former champion, highly skilled boxer.
But he was old.
Good chin. All right. Older. I mean, he wasn't old.
He was old. He was 39. It's old.
He was
old.
39 when he fought him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna argue with you just to argue with you. Guys,
38, 37. I mean, old.
I think we just named who the champions are. Brando looked it up. Mario Barrios, Brian Norman, Rolly Romero, and the British kid who eked out the Patty Donovan win, but we think he didn't win it. Who is that kid's name? What's that kid's name?
Lewis Crocker.
Lewis Crocker, Conor Benn is probably big there. That's probably a big fight.
I'd say that's a big one.
And I see no reason to not make it and to not make it next.
Right.
Conor Benn beats Lewis Crocker. Does that move your needle on your view of him off PEDs? It doesn't move mine because I don't think Lewis Crocker's that good.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't move mine. All right. What did you like?
This is hard to discuss. You know,
yeah, it's weird. All right. So, like, are these guys going to be bad?
Let me start off
better
by
than
asking
bad.
You this: if I'm going to ask you a two-tiered question, so I'll ask it and then ask the second one. Let me ask them and then I'll shut up. I'll start with: should, in your opinion, Chris Eubank retire? B.
Yes.
Okay. So B is: does he retire? And if he doesn't, what's the bag he chases? I'm going to let you go.
Well, had he won this, I would have said Canelo.
He didn't win. Is Canelo still in the running because we said he's going to go that route of soft touch? It's still going to sell out.
Not right away, and I don't know if it has any relevance. But again, I'm trying to take my, like, you know, real boxing fan off and not casual hat off. So I think that I think that they're going to go back and assess. Do you know what they made for this? I don't.
Someone who suggested he retire said you just got off is 8 figures million and 7 figures is $1 million.
Correct.
They said
8 figures
just came
is
off of 10 or more. They just said you just came off of 2 8-figure paydays, meaning 10 million or more. Correct? That statement is correct. This person who is a boxing person, but I don't want to quote them because then it would be me quoting something I thought I read.
Gotcha.
So, which means he made at least $20 million in the last 7 months. And he's about to have twins, I think, right? Twins? Or definitely having a kid.
Yeah, so he can.
And I think he's 36, if not older. He's definitely 36 or older. He got chinned by a guy who can't punch and then fought a welterweight twice. So this doesn't say, you know what I mean? And he got dropped by him, which we're just leaving out because we don't care about the fight. We just only care about his repercussions. And what do you do if you're Conor Benn is C of the 3-part question? Is there a
Chris Eubank retire? Conor Benn sees if he can comfortably make, make weight with anything left at 47
and get a belt
and immediately go into a title shot. If you're Conor Benn and you can't, you continue with novelty catchweight fights until you fit in somewhere.
This is nutrition stuff, Brendan. Okay, you are a runner. We're both friends with fighters
100 years ago
who have to make, but we're friends with fighters who have to make weight, you know? How do you see if you can see it through?
You got to just try to do it.
So we're in November now. Let's say they're bringing him
I
back
don't think he comfortably,
March.
I don't personally think he comfortably makes 47.
So he comes back in March. Do they go, he's going to fight at 150?
Yes, that's exactly what they'll do.
So fight a name welter, but put it at 150.
And if they do that, it means he can't make weight.
That I agree with. Or are they going, no, we don't want him to drain in 3 months, 2 weight classes. No, we still go. Does he say post fight? No. I'm still gonna. Hey, brother, I'm still going at 147. I'm still going.
Yeah, I love how they say that,
brother. At 147 because they do the stone, so that confuses them. Do they fight at 150 in March? Right? Somebody, a guy, a name UK guy.
Yeah.
Used to be good. Is a name. You know, who at 47 is good. He could beat up that kid that we say always gets the braid, always makes the braids. The braids in his hair, who we said he's undefeated. Jack.
Oh, yeah. I know
what
you're talking about.
It's not
Riff Raff.
Jack. Yeah, he looks like Riff Raff. Jack something. He's like a good, serviceable regional guy.
Okay. I don't want to see that, but maybe. But I think you
got to fight a guy.
I think they have bigger sights set, and I think they think that they can make weight. What I'm saying is they think they can make weight.
Okay, and what happens when you can't? It blows.
Well, then that's a whole different.
So you give him. I'm giving.
I don't think they're going to plan
the zone in March.
It's not. I think it'll be beyond that. I think it'll be a big summertime date.
The zone in June.
The
zone in June. Conor Benn is back.
Lewis Crocker
for a belt at 47.
Correct.
And then he doesn't make weight, and it blows the whole thing up. That's what we're calling for here.
Yeah,
that's what we're calling for. A mess is what we're calling for.
A mess. All right. Ready?
Saturday on Tubi, Areno Coliseo, San Luis Potosi, Mexico. Richard Torres Jr. versus Tomas Salek. 23-7, 14.
Magnum PI.
Been stopped 4 times. Where I didn't know last week, this was for an NABO and NABF championship. They're both affiliated with the WBO and the IBF. That puts you a real ranking.
Sure.
I told Billy to
with the WBO,
WBO and IBF.
He's going to get Fabio Wardley.
Yep. Good call, Brendo. Good call. Because the IBF, Usyk has, and this kid's not.
Yeah, no.
I told E-Bike Billy, find the under.
E-Bike Billy.
I don't care how or why. Find the under. I don't know if being sick, his voice blows out, but he wrote me multiple times, Paz, they're giving me nothing for any of these fights except the main event, Khegai and
okay,
the cheat code. Divino is the name.
Espinoza.
Look, can we get someone of that camp? Look, we got you a name, my guy. Divino, right. All right, you're the divine. We get it. You're the cheat code.
That's what I call him.
I tell Irish Billy Bets, I don't care what betting site you use. We don't promote them on the air unless they pay us. Find this under. He goes, I can't find nothing, Pazzi. I said, this guy's getting packed up. He got his nose busted in the first round and quit. Pack him all the way up. I don't want to see
that guy again. He quit.
Yeah, I don't want to see him against.
That shit was wild. He was like, nope.
No, my nose bleed. No, that was it. I said, Billy, find it. This is good. The under. I don't care if it's
I sent you a picture. Richard Torres had corn braids and a fucking polo bear t-shirt on.
Menacing. He looked menacing.
What did I say to you? I said he's been hanging out with Thurston Howell.
He has. He's like if Kenny Powers joined the Lowlifes or they let him in. He's
armed like a damn rocket.
Kenny Powers if he joined the Lowlifes. And he went to Mexico in some drip.
That's it.
There was a little swing bout. 17-year-old kid, Julian Maltavo, out of Vegas. So they brought him down there. They brought him down there because you can turn pro at 15, 16. Trains out of the top ranked gym. First round KO, left hook to the body. This kid is going to be a problem. Just remember the name, guys. Julian Maltavo. Hopefully they keep keeping him busy. Brendan likes to see 6 months, six times a year, 8 times a year, 9 times a year. I do.
Doesn't happen anymore, but
doesn't happen anymore. Julian Maltavo.
He's good.
Lindolfo Delgado, 23-0, 16 KOs versus Gabriel Goyas, who I said, this guy is good. Don't sleep on this guy. I'm not saying I picked him. I said this guy is good. He's good. 31-4, 17 KOs. IBF title eliminator. We just talked about who was the champion there and who else is in this fight. I said Gabriel Goyas could fight last episode. That loss to Matias had everyone convinced he wasn't a real guy. But losing to Subriel Matias, who's had 22 KOs and 23 wins.
I know a lot of boxers want to fight Matias because of his come forward style. They can pick him apart. But
look,
yeah,
he's a monster that can be picked apart. It's happened before. There's a weird name I always reference, and you always do an eyebrow raise to me. Pantera.
Yeah.
Hit
Edison
like a
Miranda.
fucking mule. Edison Miranda hit like a mule. That right hand was deadly. Come forward, land bombs. If not, you're going to piece him up.
And they did.
Matias is a 140 Edison Miranda. Maybe a little more skill. Maybe.
Yeah.
We don't know yet. We don't know yet.
Yeah. Miranda, I don't think Miranda never had a world title.
No. Goyas was flying Delgado's head with a nice stiff up jab that you always talk about loving. You love that up jab. He was throwing it beautiful. Occasionally putting a big right hand behind it, cut Delgado at the end of his shots. Delgado was frustrated. Then he started to land some big shit in the 7th and 8th. Delgado continued to land big shots, but one here, one there, while Goyas would control the round. So that gets into weird shit there, which I want you to talk about, because boom, boom, 2 big shots, but then the rest of the round, the guy wins.
Yeah.
What are you doing there?
Well, I how I scored is the 2 big shots, unless it's a knockdown, don't win the round.
Don't win the round. So turn into a dogfight in the final act, which in these fights we call the final act, like the last 4. There's 3 fights that are happening in 12 rounds usually. In the final act, tough fight. Perfect left hook on a button from Gabriel Goyas, drops Delgado in the 12th. That was a perfect shot.
Perfect shot.
Highlight reel. I had it 116, 111 for Gabriel Goyas. Judges had it 114, 113 Delgado, 114, 113 Goyas, 114, 113 for your winner, Lindolfo Delgado. They robbed that kid.
I don't think that was right.
If you were trying to score it for Delgado, and I mean trying, meaning like that's your guy, the closest you could maybe is get a 115, 112 for Goyas, not him.
He got jobbed.
Pack those judges all the way up. Pack them up. It's rare. You hear an announcer flip their shit. I forget the kid's name. That's with Corey Erdman. That's from Canada, and you did too. You said, what's his name again? He knows the sport. He's a black guy from Canada. He's multilingual. I think he speaks French, English, and Spanish.
I tell you, they got to run that back.
They hosed that kid.
Delgado was like a big prospect for them.
Huge deal for them.
Yeah.
Huge deal for them. And in the new crop of young Mexican fighters, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is a huge market.
Sure.
Emiliano Vargas, 15-0, 13 KOs versus Jonathan Montrell, 19-3, 13 knockouts. NABF and WBO Latino super lightweight titles. We both predicted that Emiliano Vargas would pack him up and early.
He did not.
He did not. Jonathan Montrell took brutal shots to the body over and over. Tough kid. I didn't think it would go past 3 or 4. That said, I gave Emiliano Vargas every round. So this next part, I want you to weigh in. I'm not sure it's possible for a guy to pitch a shutout and not look impressive.
And that's how I felt.
That's how I personally felt about this performance.
Was the expectation too high? We had said in like a year and a half, we'll see him in a title shot. I don't know. He's got to look better in the next fight.
Corey Erdman, and unfortunately, the guy's name we can't remember, certainly viewed it as sometimes fights go this way and guys just don't, blah, blah, blah. And they're not wrong. I think they are in this instance.
Yeah, he was getting picked off coming in. His defense is
like Bone Crusher Smith did it with Mike, where you go, no. And I think Mike learned a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think this is one of those fights. He was not setting shots up. I think
not at all.
This guy was going to go away when he got hit, and he didn't. And that he wasn't doubling and tripling the jab, which I become I get obsessed with watching a guy.
No, it was just throwing bombs. That's all he was doing. And the guy could predict that the bombs were coming. You know, the old cliche or adages, it's the shots you don't see. This guy saw every shot. There was no
every shot
surprises.
coming. There's not a double and tripling up the
No,
jab.
there
He
was no
wasn't changing.
nuance. Wasn't changing speeds on his
Nope.
punches.
Same
It was
speed,
just
same levels.
he was just trying to chop down this tree.
He did some good work downstairs that was hurting.
Yeah, he was
Montrell.
hurting him, but again, Montrell's a survivor. So
I
experienced
didn't
guy.
see anything extraordinary in there on Saturday from Emiliano Vargas.
No, and I was saying take something off of these shots. You know what I mean? Like
touch him.
Yeah, preserve yourself a little bit. You know, that way, you know, when let him do some of his own work, and it wasn't that. He was Montrell was able to shell up, take the shots, and then move on. He's tough as nails, and I think that took Vargas by surprise. But if you don't set the shots up, you're gonna have a tough time. If you're just trying to, you know, hit long balls, long ass balls.
You got long balls, Larry.
You got some long ass motherfucking balls, Larry. If you're trying to hit the long ball every time, you know it's not going to come to you.
What Adam Azim had in front of him and Emiliano Vargas had in front of him. Is it fair to say they were kind of similar? And one guy did one thing and one guy did another, or no? Is that out of
no? Yeah, it's fair. It's definitely fair.
The same type of guy, a good, tough, professional guy.
And he set up shots. He didn't swing for the fences every time. When he saw him, when he had an opportunity, he did, and he got the stoppage. Emiliano Vargas didn't take angles coming in. It was the same straight line coming in, same straight line going back, and he was getting caught with shots counter shots from Montrell. Montrell was there to win. He certainly wasn't there to lose, and he wasn't there to grab a paycheck. But Vargas comes out with the pedigree and the money behind him. Comes out with the victory. I agree with the victory. I agree with the decision. I just thought he could have gone about it.
I didn't give Montrell a round.
Right.
My question to you was, am I wild?
No, you're not wild. No.
And being like,
am I wild for being that critical of a guy who swept a fight?
No, not when you're the co-main. Bro, Richard Torres
and come on.
Like more of a deal, kind of, in theory.
Yeah.
In theory. Wasn't he a medalist? Or no?
Yeah.
He's definitely an Olympian.
He's an Olympian, but I don't think he should have been a co-main. I saw that. And I was surprised by it.
I mean, Lindolfo Delgado Goiás is more of a co-main than him. So they're telling us. They're making us hold him to a standard that you just said. Are we being too hard on him? Not if you're the co-main.
True.
That happens as an 8-rounder as the first bout? Are we killing him like this? I don't think we are.
Agreed.
Main event, the cheat code, Rafael El Divino Espinoza versus Arnold Khegai. WBO featherweight championship. B-Man's prediction was...
Can you hear this?
Cheat.
Hold on.
I heard the word cheat.
Hold on. I'm trying to get it in Spanish.
Código de trucos.
Código de trucos.
Código de trucos.
Código de trucos. That's a fucking hard.
That's hard.
Código de trucos.
Hard.
All right.
Brendo's prediction was an early stoppage for the cheat code. Mine was a late stoppage for the cheat code.
You were more righter.
Look, the first thing that stood out to me was Arnold Khegai's feet. They were in quicksand, which is odd because I always thought his footwork was his biggest strength. I said he tries to be like Lomachenko last week. I didn't say he was like him. I said he tries to be like that. They were in quicksand early. Espinoza's so tall and rangy, you're not going to be able to get inside without using the angles that I talked about last week that I thought he was going to try to do. He would have been better served, be getting to Espinoza's left with angles, firing off 3 shots, pop, 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 and get back out of range. Instead, this maniac standing in front of Espinoza and eating uppercuts right up the middle. Credit where it's due, though. Khegai would loop a right hand and crack Espinoza occasionally. He's tough, man.
Yeah, he's tough.
Espinoza digs that body, and they're brutal shots that'll freeze you. But his reach is so long, he doesn't have enough time to catch that return fire. So you need to throw heavy shots up top with him.
Yeah, he seems to have a chin, though. nothing
But
really bothered
that's
him.
the only thing.
Yeah.
When he's digging downstairs, you better throw with him and you
Yeah.
better throw up top. That's all I can see. I'm just trying to critique
Right.
them. I'm trying.
He's punishing. Again, we've said this about tall guys. He's an avalanche. He's a more coordinated version of Sebastian Fundora. Um, man,
Jeez.
they could have stopped that fight way earlier. I question Marvin Samodio letting that thing go.
It
Uh,
seems like there's more heat on everyone than I was willing to dole out. And it looks like people are murdering
Samodio.
Simodio, the ref,
I think they
the
should because
commission.
there's no way he could see out of that one eye.
It wasn't there yet. It was getting into Hasim Rahman territory
Right.
of that.
But then, like they were saying, like the Brookings team was like, they ask him to show you something, and then he shows you something. But as soon as he showed you something, it's not like Espinoza backed off. It just made him madder. And Espinoza then just would rip off a 20 punch combination.
Yeah, look, when you let this guy work on the outside, which he just does, you're cooked. The guy's face was busted up. That left eye was a mess, no pun intended. Like I referenced that. What is that called? Those things, the rock
Hematoma.
Hematoma was getting bad. Marvin Samodio stopped it in between the 10th and 11th. People think it could have been stopped 4 rounds earlier.
Yeah.
I said
7th round, it should have been stopped.
Wow, I think that's a little much. I like Marvin Samodio. I think he's.
Have you ever seen them do that where they count? So
I was going to text you and write. They just made this up on the spot. I'm telling you, this Mexico commission just made it.
I've never seen that before.
They went into the 11th after Samodio said, okay, my guy's done. They rang the bell for the 11th. He stood there and they counted to 10. I'm telling you, it's so foul down there. And the commission's so corrupt that they just made that up.
So
I've
weird.
never seen that in my life.
Never seen that. Never seen
To
that.
wave it off. The only thing we've discussed on this show is when a guy quits on the stool, do you give it the first second of the round of the next round or the last second of the previous? And they burned Billy Betts in Philly because I picked a round.
That was the Philadelphia screw job.
It was. They Bret Harted him. They should have beat up the person from the bookmakers the way Bret did Vince when he spit on Vince and then pieced him up backstage after the Montreal screw job. Do you agree with this?
Yeah. All right. So,
is Billy sleeping or is Billy here?
I don't know. It might be.
He's in bad shape.
It's bad shape. Let's stop.
Look at him. I gave him the over for this. I don't know if he took it. So you took 2 overs and hit?
Wait, not which one?
You took the over for Conor Benn, Chris Eubank Jr.
Yes.
Arnold Khegai, Espinoza. You're like, this is the only one I could find. And I was like, I like that over and be like the under. Okay.
I want them to make the Angelo Leo fight next. Espinoza Leo.
You know, it would be great if they did Espinoza Leo and gave it to Pro Box, or Pro Box just bid on it. I know it has to come down to money.
It'll be on Tubi. So my Tubi crapped out through the cable. Then I was able to download the app to the smart TV and ran it that way, and it was smooth sailing after that. So if any of you guys out there, Knock 'em Out the Box Nation, had a problem seeing it through your cable, for whatever reason, it worked much better through the app. I think that's it for tonight's episode.
It is.
All right. You can find me at the Killer B24 on Twitter, at I_know_that_kid on IG. Write us at KEOTBboxing@gmail.com. Go to our IG at KEOTBboxing and YouTube. You can put it into the search bar or look up KEOTB podcast and you can see these beautiful faces talking boxing.
Ming.
Vinny.
At Box Cutter Pazzi on IG, at Vinny_Paz on Twitter, JMT Store, sneakers, little action figure of Pazzi. Billy and Brendo both do take
god awful things. Well, now you're into my magnifying glass in the sun territory.
Mm-hmm.
I'm have to. You get some injuries.
Killing my effigy.
That's it.
jmtstore.com, all music gear, everything related like that. E-Bike Billy. Say goodnight.
Good night, Billy.